Good evening and welcome to A Date with an Interset, program 46. We're edging towards program 50 at the end of May, and I'm very excited about that. It hardly seems like a year has gone by, doesn't it? It's very nice to see you all, and I see there's lots of you chatting away in the chat room, which is always good, so a very good evening to you all. I'm sorry you heard my pre-show shuffling. Pre-show shuffling. Yeah, in my panic to make sure the microphone's switched on. It was switched on a little too early. Good job I didn't say anything embarrassing, wasn't it? I hope this finds you well and in the middle of a bank holiday weekend. I'm not sure what I feel about May. We seem to have far too many bank holidays, but never mind. We're here, you're looking good. Everything is fantastic. So, good evening, Janet. Nice to see you. Good evening, Italy. Well, good evening, everyone. Yeah, wherever you are, whenever you are listening, you are very welcome to A Date with the Dinner Set, our usual musical miscellany of 9 songs or standards. A few quirky ones, some you've not heard on the show before. I'm looking down my list here, and I'm going to say that you are looking at the wonderful people that are in the chat room chatting, that you are, if you're wishing to guess the guessing game, you're going to get 7 out of the 9. That's my estimation of what's going on. So let's see what happens. We'll have a slurp of coffee, and then we're into our first song. I hadn't thought about that when I thought, oh, I'm going to play that tonight. I hadn't thought about that. How very apt indeed, Miles. Oh, good evening, Jean. I hope you've had no more freezer disasters. Your delivery of all those wonderfully cooked meals hasn't arrived yet, but I'm looking forward to when it does. Indeed. Oh, a little bit late to the game, Daisy. Just saying. It's fine. You haven't missed anything. We're just chatting away here in the chat room as we do. It was indeed. It was indeed. Don't Get Around Much Anymore, written by the wonderful Duke Ellington. Correct, Miles. Fantastic. And it was written in 1940. It did originally have a different title. I'm trying to remember what it was. Never Something Lament, but then it was changed. No More Lament, something like that. Anyway, it's one of those songs that became one of the Duke's great pieces, and so popular that, like so many of the songs that we play from that era particularly, 2 years later in 1942 lyrics were added to it, and it's a really good beaty song, if you like. Thank you very much if you've pressed the thumbs up button. I see that got 5. Oh, that's very nice. Thank you so much for that. Okay, so just have some more coffee. You work me very hard. It's a hard life. How do we get on to Maltesers so early in the evening when you were so late, Daisy? Oh, but you weren't the last, it would seem. Hello, Liz. Ah, Auntie Roz. Hello. Lovely to see you. And Leslie, hello. Hello. Wonderful. Very good. You know your songs, you lot, don't you? Indeed, Honour from Annie. Indeed, Hannah. It's The Hard Knock Life. And Miles. And Jill. And Danny. And Honour. And it was going to be Anne Daisy, but then we went straight on to Maltesers. Absolutely, Miles. I totally agree. I think people get put off the musical Annie from 1977, written by Charles Strouse, possibly because of the subject material. However, as the music is just out of this world. Every song just rocks along. It's very clever because it is obviously pastiche because it's based on a sort of Depression era orphanage story. But it's still very much alive, and that's one of those fantastic songs from there. So, for all the latecomers, welcome to A Date with an Interset number 46, edging towards programme 50 on the 30th of May. I can't tell you much about the tie, except that it was one of those impulse, yes, that's me. I did used to know what painting it was based on, but the little taglet has come off. So if anyone recognises that, I'm hopeless with cameras and upside down things. Well, I'm actually not that good with things that are the right way up. If anyone recognises that as a painting or a person, I'd love to know again, because I do like to know about all my ties. Anyway, that's the tie done. We've done that. Well done. You've guessed 2 songs. As I say, I'm sticking to the fact that you will know or be able to guess 7 out of the 9 songs. At least. I'm not committing you to 7. If you want to guess all 10 of the 9 songs, that's fine. Absolutely. You took the words right out of my mouth that weren't there, Hannah. I knew you were thinking it. It was a bit sad, wasn't it? Which way do I need to move this tie to get it in camera shot? Let's have some coffee. Coffee sorts everything out. gotta love this monster of a community we've created here in A Date with the Dinner Set chat room. What are you all talking? Urn brew. Isn't that? Isn't it? Is it still a horrible orange colour? Looks like Lucozade gone wrong and tastes even worse. I didn't know that it was owned by the Bar family. Do furnish us with a bit more info if you can, Miles, chap. What else is going on? We're keeping tabs on the jabs. Wonderful. Good to hear. It's a nice sort of rite of passage, isn't it? And I guess when people have had their second one, they feel, yes, I've done my bit now to help the world be a little safer. Indeed, very sad news. And no, I'm not going to play that. It's still very orange. I don't think I've had a can of that for about 30 years. Do they do a diet version? I'll try it just for you lot. Just see if it, mix it up. Why not? So, well done. It was indeed Stairway to the Stars, written by Frank Signorelli and made famous by Glenn Miller in 1939. Everyone else has covered it, all the greats, Ella, Frank, the Ink Spots, all that sort of thing. The lyrics for that one were written by one of the lyricists that comes up quite a lot, Mitchell Parrish, wrote the lyrics for Sleigh Ride. It's the only one I can recall on the top of my head. Before my time, Miles, but really? Might be worth something. So can anyone... It tastes of ginger. Or you are ginger. What? Does anyone know if there is a 0 calories version? Because if so, I will try it. No. Sugar is the work of the devil. No carbohydrates for me. Anyway, well done. 3 out of 3 so far. On with our next song. Right, moving on. Moving on from conversations about diet drinks, I don't want to get into I was going to say argument, I don't do argument, discussion. Anyway, I'm glad everyone's okay. And indeed, oh, well done, Miles. No Barb tonight. It was indeed Show Me from 1956 from My Fair Lady by Frederick Loewe. I do know that, Miles, and I think I would have been upset had you not typed it in. It would have grieved me. I would have, I'd have sort of gone into this sort of lull for the whole week. Oh, hello, Flynn. You had any cake up there? Fantastic. So, you are doing very well. 4 out of 9. Let's see how we do as we move on into our next song. chat amongst yourselves for about 30 seconds, because just at the wrong time, a little box has popped up on this computer right where I need to see what's going on, and it says I need to put my password in because it's trying to do a software update. Very unfortunate time. Just chat amongst yourselves about anything. Be 10 seconds. Whoa, less than 10 seconds. Here we go. Not on the heath, hopefully. Miles. That must have been quite a sight. The reason I mentioned Barb, who's up in Surbiton with Catherine and the rest of the gang, I know that that one would be a particular favourite of hers. It was indeed Young at Heart, written in 1953 by Johnny Richards and made famous by Frank Sinatra, of course. And I think the Roberton House up the road, 1.8 miles up the road, have worked that out first. So, yeah, a beautiful song. So I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you're enjoying your bank holiday weekend. I've been looking at the weather. It's not especially brilliant, is it? It looks a tad damp, but the gardens need it. There's always a positive to this, isn't there? The gardens need it, and that's a sort of nice segue in terms of rain. I hope you've had a chance to see on my channel the video I put up the other day, which was a much better quality version of the duet that Monty and I improvised, variations on I Will Wait For You. And it's easy to find because that's the picture of it. But do give it a look, because it is an amazing performance by that young man. Not me, Monty. So there we go. Yes, Ros, I realise you've not seen Camera 2 in action. It's very useful to have that facility for lots of reasons. Going back to the weather, there's a glimmer of hope. Well, according to the local, let's call it the local rag, the online rag, Surrey Live, it says we're going to have a heat wave at some point in May. We shall see. Promises and all that. honour, I understand from my Finnish friend at church that the eve of May the 1st is very important in Finland, and everyone wears bonnets. Is that right? On the eve of May Day, it's really a nice festival. Brother Mark, I can see why, and everyone else, Robertsons, I can see why you were on that track. And in fact, we have had that once on the programme before, back in September, from memory, and not calling you out on this, Brother Mark, but I believe you, along with others, said the same thing, and quite rightly so, because it's got that same use of meter where it sort of verges between a 6/8 rhythm and a 3/4 ba 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 ba, which is exactly the same rhythmic template as Bernstein used in West Side Story. So it's a fair comment. Oh, hello, Becky. Nice to see you. Have you just put Madam to bed? Anyway, it's lovely to see you. Yeah, that's a very technical term, Honor, isn't it? Tinkly chord piano bits. You know, I think I shall rewrite my CV. It would be a lot easier just to put ties, coffee, tinkly chord piano bits. What do you think? Would that work? It was indeed. Well done, Miles. Miles, you've got a lot of them correct this evening. Well done. It was Promises, Promises, written by the wonderful Burt Bacharach with lyrics by Hal David, and it was written in 1968. And it became a huge hit for Dionne Warwick. And of course, in that year also was the Broadway musical of the same name, which obviously had Promises, Promises as part of it, one of the songs. I'll Never Fall in Love. All those hits, I mean, I would say almost every Burt Bacharach song is a hit. Very memorable. Anyway, well done. Graduation cap, thank you. I sit corrected on that. Wow. Oh, I'm interested to know if Flynn is still there, and if Flynn, are you playing with your special construction vehicles? That's what I want to know. Thank you, Daisy. I shall write it up at the end of the programme. Definitely. There's no need, there's no shame, Ros. We're okay. And whenever Brother Mark's in the chat room, you can always guarantee that first thing that pops into his befuddled brain, cider-driven, will come wittering out within the bitty wanter of the chat room. It's not a problem. I rather like the moniker, Honor. He is still there. And playing with his tractors and diggers. Fantastic. Expect Auntie Hannah is as well. Just a thought. So, if you were in my chat room last week, I told you about a little problem that I've had, and I wanted suggestions for it. Now, before you all say, see a doctor, or you can get some ointment from that from the pharmacist, it's not that sort of problem. You might remember I was having a little problem. Now, don't say, oh, isn't it cute? Because the rotten thing keeps on digging up the lawns, the cricket lawns, the Wimbledon lawns, the putting green. It keeps doing it. And I've tried quite a few things this week, but I'm now getting to the stage where I'm going to need to resort to greater tactics. So last night's tactic, for interest, was a stick with a rag on it, and the rag was soaked in white vinegar. And said stick was placed in the hole where it is digging. And I thought, right, let's go and see this morning what's happened. what obviously has happened is it just dug out the stick and the vinegar hanky, looked like it had a good suck of the white vinegar, cast it aside, and then carried on digging. So, thank you, Hannah. I was, I was almost going to say, David, for goodness' sake, give us the punchline to your Christmas cracker joke there. Yeah, so that's where we go. Pixelated. I think that's what Brother Mark is, Honor. Pixelated. That's a nice word. Yeah, so a friend sent me a list, which is apparently a well-known list of there are 9 things you can try to get rid of foxes if they're doing that. And put it this way, tonight I'm very close to resorting to number 9, and if that doesn't work, a number 10, and I'm not going to share on air what number 10 is going to be. But if you've got any more suggestions, I don't think Staveley's with us this evening. He suggested lion poo, but he hasn't delivered it round yet, so I'll wait for that. Yeah. So thank you in advance for your suggestions. Okay, so we got 3 songs left, and so far we have collectively, mainly Miles this evening, guessed 6 of those 9 songs. Let's see how you do with number 7. So, enjoying myself playing that. The most intriguing thing, but I have to sort of ask for a bit more information. Jill, cocktail sticks does help. With what, and where do you stick them? Before I go out and buy some. Well done, brother. You've redeemed yourself from your pixelation. It was indeed Michel Legrand. And indeed Miles from a film. And Jean, well done. Yes, indeed. It was. What are you doing the rest of your life? Indeed, Hannah, yes. Got them. Daisy says, Honor, I assume Googling is for finished. Right. Have I missed something or something else there? It all happens, doesn't it? I think what happens whenever I play a Michel Legrand song, everyone goes all dreamy, and they think, "Oh, what should we try about now?" Cocktail sticks. I need more information about the cocktail sticks, Turville clan, please. Thank you for all suggestions. We will see. I don't think putting lights up is a good idea. There are lots of reasons for that. Stick them upright in your lawn where... can't I just call round our Surrey Community Police and get them to put a great big stinger down? Interesting idea. I shall considerate that. So thank you for that. All I know is that said animal is very determined, and it certainly has not received any invitations from me or any encouragement. So we have 2 songs left. Well done. We've got 7 out of 9. So I'm now going to up. I'm going to say you're going to get 8 out of 9 now. But I hope you enjoy the next one. English. I like that very much. You learn it all here, don't you? Calthrops. Wow, it's a lovely idea. I haven't finished yet, Roz. Don't go. There's one more song. Don't go running off. Because you'll like the last one. I know you didn't like that one, but you'll like this one, honestly. And just catching up with a text. Give me 2 minutes. Good idea, Daisy. Monty has many, many things in his artillery that we could use. So, well done, Brother Mark. You really have redeemed yourself, oh pixelated brother. It was indeed another song by Shakatak from 1982, written by the wonderful Bill Sharpe. And the song was called Invitations. Once you've recognised that style, it's very recognisable, shall we say. We have one more song to go, and I'm playing this one because it's slightly topical with something I've read in the news this week, but I think you'll know the song very well anyway. You've done remarkably well this evening. Congratulations. And if you're playing along on the catch-up, you've done very well as well. So do please enjoy our final song. I knew all know that one. Leslie, Mark Turtle, Brother, Hannah, Honor, Miles, Jill. Indeed, and Brother Mark, that's why I read about that. Tom, 80. He's 80. I think he looks better since he stopped dyeing his hair, just saying. But yeah, just the oldest person to have a new album out. I've had a look at what's on the album. He's actually doing a version of Windmills of Your Mind. I've not heard it yet, but we shall see. But it was indeed Delilah, written by Les Reed in 1967. Les Reed also wrote other hits for Tom Jones and Engelbert Humperdinck, a very great songwriter. David James, I totally agree. I loved it as a young child, but never really listened to the lyrics. And the other day when I thought, oh, I'll play that, I pulled up a version on YouTube which had the lyrics. Horrified. Just not appropriate. It's just not... No. Anyway. It's a nice tune. It's a good old power ballad, which is unusual because it's in triple meter. And it's also unusual because it's in a sort of Spanish flamenco style. It's quite an interesting song stylistically, but it was really a great hit power ballad for Tom Jones. So I hope you've had as good an evening as I have done. If you're watching on the catch-up, I hope you've enjoyed our show today. Do keep an eye on the channel. Things going up all over the place. And if you watched the pre-show credits, those of you that weren't late, then you'll know that there's a lot happening in May. We've got our Coffee and the Keys happening on the 19th. We have an organ concert. Yes, an organ concert from St. Matthew's in Surbiton on Saturday the 29th of May. On Sunday the 30th, that is our 50th programme, and we've got an extended programme that day. And on Monday the 31st, the next bank holiday, and the final bank holiday for a bit, thank goodness, we're having another musical quiz. So there's lots going on the channel. Do keep an eye on it. And whatever the weather is going to be doing, whatever you're going to be doing tomorrow, I do wish you all a very, very happy bank holiday. It's been lovely to see you. And as always, you're looking well. Take care of yourselves. Good night.